Okay, let's try again. Let's see if we can get a game here with Tsukasa. Pure static rook player, it says. Yeah, let's say hello. And zoom in on the board. Okay. Let's see how he wants to defend. Okay, defends with the bishop there. Guess I can do this. Okay, let's close that diagonal. And guess I will respond to that. The edge pawn push. Let's defend with the bishop here, I guess. Yeah, looks like we've got a very similar kind of setup. Anyway, my plan was to go for a Gangi. A snow roof castle. Oh, is he putting the bishop on a different diagonal? No, he's just bringing the silver up. Bringing his king up. Okay, so let's shift the king over one step. Get it off the bishop's diagonal. Do I care about this? He pushes the pawn all the way down. I just take it. He could get an edge attack going over here at some point, I guess. Okay, I'll respond to that too. I'm not really sure if these responses are entirely necessary, but this one keeps his bishop off of this square, which is nice. Oh, a twisting rook. Let's finish my setup here. The bishop can come back on this diagonal, maybe come out over here or over here. Aha. Okay, I'm going to bring my silver up. I wanted to kind of push this pawn anyway. And his pawn push is preventing me from doing that. But if I can bring my silver in front of the rook, and then it can defend that pawn as I push it. Could also have targeted it with the bishop. Maybe that's more interesting. He's going to put his rook here. That's his idea. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just stopping that pawn from coming forward now. You can also do an opposing rook. If I put my rook here, push the pawn, he pushes, I take. He could drop a pawn, but if I had I could just take it. Even without a bishop here, I could still just take it because the rook is behind it. Okay, it looks like he may be trying to open up this diagonal, get a bishop trade. Let's go ahead and if I put the rook here, there will be a fork. The bishop, or the rook and the gold by a bishop drop, but the rook can move sideways and keep defending. And the gold is defended anyway. This would be loose. That would be the problem. So the rook would have to go back. On a bishop drop, the rook would have to go back here to defend the silver. Yeah, so I'm not going to take there. I'm going to push here instead. Let's think about this. If I push, I'm actually threatening. I mean, if I take, I'm threatening his rook. I take, he takes my silver. So I take a pawn, he takes a silver, I take a rook. He takes the silver and promotes. And then he can take a gold, I take back. So it's like 2 pieces for a rook. And then it's his move. And have a pawn on his bishop. Let's think about this. Yeah, I think I need to take. Illegal pawn drop. Well, that's one way to win, but it was probably just a misclick because he meant to, let's say, thank you. And go back to full screen mode there. Yeah, it must have been just a misclick because he meant to drop the pawn here. And is there any way, you know, I guess I can't do that. What I was saying was he probably meant to drop his pawn there, attacking my silver. And then my silver, I was planning to run it out this way so that, you know, he's looking forward to this bishop exchange and then dropping a bishop on this square, which would hit my rook and hit this silver. And then my rook would have to be here. I don't know if that's so great, but it looks like it'd be a little bit troublesome. So I was going to try and avoid that by putting my, let's clear all this, put my silver here. So imagine he has a pawn here. And then I put my silver here. Then he can move this pawn up to attack my silver. And so he can force that exchange at some point. But at this point, rather than moving the silver again, I would probably take here because my silver would be attacked, but I would be attacking his rook. And after he attacks my silver, he's not really attacking much. It's just a pawn attacking another pawn. So that would be, so say pawn drop here, silver here, pawn forward, pawn takes. Okay, pawn takes silver, pawn takes rook, and then his bishop is hanging even. So that would be good for me, I think, even with potential bishop exchanges. So is there any way he could avoid that? I go here with the silver, he pushes the pawn forward, I take. He could move the rook to the side. He can go here, but then the silver will take it. He goes here, the pawn will take it. Yeah, so there's no way out of that sequence. So I think I'm okay here anyway. Anyway, I'm going to upload this game. And I'm skipping the evaluation this time because I don't have time to do the Elmo evaluation stuff. But see you guys next time. Bye now.